It's week 6 of the National Football League. And up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Giants and the Saints next on EA Sports.
The unmistakable New York skyline to the east. And we are across the river on the Jersey side at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The veteran kicker Graham Gano puts it on the tee. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. A return now from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a 5th-round selection out of the 2024 draft from South Carolina by way of Oklahoma. It's Spencer Rattler.
I think when you go back and watch the film for last week, Mike, he played fairly well for the most part. Now, are there some things to clean up? Absolutely. Some of his footwork, both inside and outside the pocket, still has a long way to go. The occasional errant throw or just thinking, hey, I've got a big arm, I'm going to fit this ball in the window. Some of that stuff needs to get cleaned up, but overall, not bad. But what matters the most in wins and losses, and he just wasn't the difference maker his team needed when they needed him the most.
And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Rattler now back to throw. A throw on the run is complete. A gain of 16 on that pass play. 1st down, New Orleans.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Kamara going to get it on the zone read here. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now Rattler going to throw. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And this is not what they were hoping for. He is out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that's going to bring up 4th down. The Saints lining up in punt formation. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
I think when you go back and watch last week's game, Mike, I think 2 things were at play. Number 1, let's give credit to the defense. I think they did a nice job of identifying some of the easy layups we've seen this quarterback hit from a week-to-week basis. They took it away. They made him go to his 2nd, 3rd check down through his progression. And then secondly, when the play did line up, when they did get the look they wanted, he just missed a lot of throws. So they know they cannot afford another pedestrian performance out of him this week. If he can play to the standard we've seen in weeks past, they can have a better chance of having a better result.
So, 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from the April draft. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Demario Davis there on the play. Here's 2nd and 9. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment defense. Still 2nd down.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man, that's Slayton. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. That's Chase Young off the edge with the tackle. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. On 3rd down, here's Wilson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So on 4th down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Saints offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. On play action, he'll set up to throw. This one is caught by Jawan Johnson. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Shaheed in motion. Looking to throw, Rattler. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he will score. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready for their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7 0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Tracy. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their second sack, and we're still here in the first quarter.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Saints offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. This one on target to Olave. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Look like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down.
Ball start. Offense.
It'll be a run out of the gun with Kamara. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Javon Holland up to make the tackle. Here's Rattler. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. The Saints out on top. More from MetLife Stadium after this. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Throwing is Rattler. He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
And that just can't happen. 3rd and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long 1st down.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down, a pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. Throwing now is Rattler. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Again, up the middle with Kamara. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. To throw, it's Rattler. He'll go right and find his running back. Here's Blake Grupe for the Saints. A field goal try. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. Grupe's kick is good. And the Saints will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Giants offense ready to take over once again. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard. 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen on now, as he's on to punt for the Giants. This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive. 1st and 10. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. He'll look to throw. And this ball batted away and incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. 3rd down coming up. He'll drop to throw. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down.
And just when you think you're going to force a 3 and out, this quarterback is able to escape, gets loose downfield, and he's able to pick up a huge 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Olave is the motion man. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. He'll work forward for a couple. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Trying to push the ball down the field. It's an interception. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Giants are going to take over here up near the 40.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Russ. Now a screen set up for Tracy.
Holding offense.
Motion man, sent right. On the give, it's Tracy. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense ready to see what they can do. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He's got his big target. That's Johnson. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On the give, this is Kamara. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Giants offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's taken in. What a catch by Neighbors. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. In motion, it's Robinson. Wilson. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. He's got his man complete to Johnson. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points, but either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So, big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing again, Wilson. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well. To throw again is Wilson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Wilson will throw again. He'll look middle here and get it to Neighbors. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Again, Wilson. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And the Giants are going to be set up with first and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He puts it up, and it's caught. Touchdown, Giants.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. He knocks it through, and the Giants are on the board. It's 10-7. So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Rattler now back to throw. That one downfield for Cooks. That's gonna be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Giants offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Giants sending out their punter as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Saints offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Now Rattler gonna throw. And he's gonna have to eat this one as down he goes.
The key to this play here, Mike, is the anticipation of the snap. Watch how he's able to time the center, and when that ball moves, he hits it. Gets through into the backfield, and he brings the quarterback down before the receivers even got out of their breaks.
Now Kamara. And he is not gonna get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Looking to throw, Rattler. He'll look underneath here and find Kamara. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. The Saints will punt this one away. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. That one intercepted. Picked off by Kool-Aid McKinstry. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. What a time for a pick 6 for the defense. As the other team is trying to get themselves right back in this one, the defense extends the margin with the pick 6.
Yeah, just a critical moment. You find yourself on defense, Mike, trying to hang on to this lead. And not only do you do that, you pick 6 them, and you're able to extend that lead.
On comes Blake Grupe for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Saints will get out in front 17-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense make their way out to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Here's a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, Wilson to the outside, complete to Johnson. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. On 1st down, Wilson. He'll get that to the former Volunteer, Jalen Hyatt. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He's got his man. That's Neighbors. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. They'll run with Tracy. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the 1st down inside the 25.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. The outside, caught by Neighbors. And he's going to be taken down.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone. because it's 1st and goal.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment, defense. Still 1st down.
So now, from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. From the gun, here's a handoff. He slams it in there, and he is in. Touchdown, New York. That is a 1st National Football League touchdown for this rookie back. That is a moment, Greg, that he will cherish forever.
You got to hope he finds that ball. I could promise you every player who has ever scored an NFL touchdown, they have that first one somewhere. I know where mine is. It sits right on top of my shelf. It's a special moment, and they're hoping it's the first of many for this young back.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go again here with Kamara. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Here's Rattler. And that is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
That's fielded at about the 18. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Wilson lines up in the pistol. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Russ. Throw left side. That's Johnson.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Open man is Robinson. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Now Russ. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Play action. Now, Wilson. No chance at all. He'll go down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
The Giants sending out their punter. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. Now a fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Throwing is Rattler. This one on target for Johnson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Out of the gun, here's a give to Kamara. This will be a Saints 1st down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Now, faking the give. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
A pickup of 12 yards. It's good for a Saints 1st down. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Throwing now is Rattler. That's into the hands of the veteran Cooks. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. To throw, it's Rattler. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Olave is the motion man. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
The timing of the jet sweep is critical. If you can get the ball carrier past the end man on the line, typically there's a lot of space downfield, but give credit to the defense. They saw this one play out.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Throwing is Wilson. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. Well, the quarterback just kept going back, and you're wondering, what is he going to do? And, well, there's the answer. He's going to give the defense 2 points.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, Mike, did he just lose track of actually how far he was retreating? And at some point, you think that ball's going to come out, and he's going to throw it away and move on to the next down, but he didn't, and now the defense is going to take advantage and get 2 points.
Take it in, back at his own 12. The Saints offense headed back to take over once more. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. They'll mark them down up at the 44-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And he's going to get him a 1st down here across midfield and down to the 45. Here's Kamara. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll run. It's Kamara. And he'll get this inside the 10, but not much further than that. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. 2nd down, zone read, and he keeps it. And he's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10. Trying to keep a drive alive, going to have to convert on 3rd and 9. Olave is the motion man. That is caught by the tight end, Jawan Johnson. Touchdown, Saints. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Groupie now for the extra point. He's got it. The Saints will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense ready to get back at it. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson, to the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. This one taken in by Hyatt. 14 on the pickup. That's good for a Giants first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. He'll get this into the hands of Neighbors. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. The throw on the run is complete. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Wilson will throw again. And he's in. Jalen Hyatt. Touchdown, New York. And now it's a 9-point game, so they'll go for just 1 here. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game. A 1-score game late, and you figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
All right, good effort, just doesn't work out, but it's not over. Remember, they still got 2 timeouts in their back pocket. They've got to use them quickly. They've got to get 3 stops, force a punt, and see what happens when the offense gets the ball.
The Saints offense and Spencer Rattler set to take over once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position, instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Tight end going in motion here. A run here with Kamara. Now a timeout, Giants. That is their 2nd. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. The Giants going to call their 3rd and final timeout. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. On the ground, it's Kamara.
You can always tell what a team's decision will be on 4th down, Mike, based on what they do on 3rd down. In this case, unfortunately, they didn't get enough yards on the ground to make that 4th down more manageable. So I think they have to reconsider whether they go for it here.
So a pressure kick coming here for Blake Grupe. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And This one is off the mark. It is no good. And they will not be able to make this a two-possession game.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
The Giants offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. His 8th reception of the game, and good for a first down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. A gain there, and now the referee, looks like he has gotten word from replay. They're going to stop the game inside the last 2 minutes. All replays emanate from there. So that is what you want. No, sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right, and this call will stand. Throwing again, Wilson. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here comes 2nd down. Again, Wilson. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. That's going to be incomplete, so no help there. And we're likely down to a final snap.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
So this one a win for the visiting Saints. They're able to erase the memories from a week ago. A game they really did struggle in. It looked like a different group here as they respond with a solid victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.